crash there for reasons I don't quite understand of Fantasy Strike, and the streaming, actually it was the streaming software that went down. So what we were doing was solo play. We were doing the boss rush. We're going to try this again. So we are going to, right now Grave is my best character. We've done the best with on the boss rush. But, you know, let's, I've not really tried Geiger. So we're going to try Geiger with boss rush. And these colors are not too bad. That looks pretty good. We're going to go with that.
Choose your power up.
So, okay, double flash kick, or flash gear, sorry. So we have a zoner, Geiger is a zoner, and he messes with timing rather nicely. If you are used to charge characters like, say, Guile. Oh, this is really messing with me. Really, that's what you're looking at with him. So, now the trick being, of course, is although there's not really charged characters in this game, or charging for that matter, that gear in the bottom dictates how often he can do things. So he has to be in neutral. If he goes forward, it goes away. But he has to be either neutral or he has to be in a standing position, holding back. So if you're used to characters like Guile or King Copland, sort of similar.
Pick a gold power up.
They do not. Ooh, step kick is armored. Tempting, but we're gonna go with this because he only has one super. I would say is immediately damaging, which is his air super.
It's my time to fight.
The other one he kind of moves around, and that's dependent on combos, which I am not the greatest at, even in this game. So. So, oh boy. So, Pyro Apprentices are a pain. The reason being, of course, is, as you can see, things just drop out of the sky. Because, of course they do. So, I am really not sure how to deal with a Geiger versus Geiger situation.
Time spiral. Time spiral. Pause. Drop gear. Flash gear.
Ooh, that's rough. Okay. So that had armor, I'm assuming.
Time spiral. Time spiral. Time spiral. Flash gear. Time spiral. Time spiral.
So, oh boy, this'll hurt. This should be the win. Oh no! Okay, so that was winning. So Geiger's a Pyro Apprentice. That's sort of horrifying for me. Certainly the Pyro Apprentices are not one of my favorites. Argarg, I am not taking into this. That's just a bad idea. And really, it's the... So I've seen so far a Pyro Apprentice, I've seen explosives, there's the water. So that's 3 that I can think of. We are... Ooh, this is tough. As someone who does like the zone, that's 2 interesting options. A flying bow strike that knocks down, that's not a range of our current, that's more of a rushing, but that's useful. But diagonal upward arrow, I think, is actually going to be a little bit better here. Could be wrong. Oh, the long jumpers! I completely forgot about them. They're a little more mobile than I like, actually.
Round 1.
So this does make Degray a good counter for me, though. Oh, Yomi counter. So we're gonna...
Assist. Assist. Justice kicks.
KO.
So this will be a little interesting. The diagonal's nice, but
Fight.
I guess since he's not exactly that tall,
Assist.
KO.
where someone like maybe a Midori Dragon form or Rook, I think that would be a little
wins.
more useful in some ways. At least more casually
Gold
useful.
power up.
Plus 3 damage to all super. Back kick has armor, 2 damage, can cancel into specials. That's nice. Plus 2 damage to throws and Yomi counters. I do like that. Plus 3 damage to supers. With the amount of space she covers with her aerial super, that almost seems like a no-brainer. So, air crossfire kick. Flaming bow. Super regeneration. So that's going to stack on top of the superpower. To try and get my super more often. I don't mind her Dragon Punch super too much,
Round 1.
but I tend to miss with it. And that's my fault, not the super's fault. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Nice. That'll catch. No! Oh dear.
KO.
So not bad. He did get me with a poison, which
Round 2.
isn't so bad with her, as long as I'm keeping steady pressure on him. Okay, so of course we're going to...
Rain of fire!
Come on! Okay, so we got that.
Rain of fire!
Right down low, good. And you notice how quickly his meter went down there with the going from the normal flashing, normal yellow to flashing
Jaina
red.
wins.
I am not sure if the increased damage affects that,
Choose your power up.
but so we're gonna add some health. Never a bad thing.
I have an idea.
Stone Apprentice. Oh my gosh, I forgot about them. These guys are really annoying because basically you have rooks falling all over the place. It's very aggravating.
Rainbow!
So, and of course she likes to throw about as much as I do.
Burn!
So,
Rainbow!
ooh, nice. The angle was wrong for me though.
Rainbow!
Hit that. Okay, 3 health comes off. So, as you can see, Valerie actually has a fair amount of health right now compared to how she normally does.
Burn!
And that's, again, the boss rush mode.
Dragon Heart!
Oops, that's gonna hurt.
Dragon Heart! Careful!
Okay, so I do need to be careful. That was my last health. I could have spammed out the Dragon Punch, but that's asking to be punished. So,
Burn!
and that doesn't really help me much either.
Rain of fire!
That could be fun. Ouch.
Yellow!
I really don't like you, Valerie. Not right now, at least.
Dragon Heart!
Nice. Okay, so let's try a little too aggressively to get in and interrupt.
Fight.
That was my mistake.
Rainbow! Rainbow! Burn! Dragon Heart! Burn!
That's gonna whiff. Oh no!
Red Dragon!
For sure I missed that. Okay, won't complain. Okay, so that was good.
Jaina
I'll
wins.
take that. Okay, so
Gold
next
power
up, Increased throw range, kinda nice. Quick Archer, very good. +1 damage to normal attacks, which I don't use a whole lot of. I probably should. But I think with her, we're gonna go with a Quick Archer.
Choose your power-up.
That is quite useful for me. New normal, or new special. Shoot a short projectile. More speed to the super. A little more health. Dragon Trainer. I have not seen this one. So
Round
we're gonna go
one.
with that.
Fight!
Burn! Burn! Careful! Careful! Block this! Block this!
Okay, this is a little cheap.
Block this!
I will absolutely
Block
take
this!
it.
Block this! Rain of fire! Block this! Block this! Block this!
KO!
Okay, so
Perfect.
yeah, that will never go to normal first.
Fight.
Burn! Block this! Block this! Rain of fire! Careful! Block this! Careful!
Nice. Okay. Oh, cheese. So you have like extra durable dice or something? Whiff. Yep. Shucks.
Burn! Burn!
What's this?
Yeah! Burn!
Look at this! Give me a jackpot!
Burn! Rain of fire!
Look out!
Block this! Block this! Block this! Block this! Careful!
Give me a jackpot!
Block this!
KO!
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that was beautifully broken.
Jaina wins.
I don't know if I'll be able to get away with that again with other characters, but that was just wonderful. So, Flaming Bow Strike that knocks down, that actually could be useful. Cross kick, increased jump distance. Extra health's nice, I'm not sure how much that'll help me. We're gonna go with the Flaming Bow. Okay, so I am above par with Jaina right now, up against Grave. See how that goes.
Round one.
Grave is a very annoying character in this so far, and the fact he's
Block this! Block this! Careful!
okay.
Block this! Careful! Block this! Rain of fire!
Okay, so far he has not tried to.
Block this! Block this! Block this!
I was wondering when he's going to start summoning winds, but
KO!
okay, so that's rough. Aqua Expert definitely does not help me much. So that's what you get for actually breaking into the this tier.
Block this!
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
Block
3.
this! Rain of fire! Block this! Careful! Block this! Rain of fire!
Will that hit?
Burn! Careful! Block this! Block
Okay.
this! Rain of fire!
Keep the pressure
Careful!
on.
Block this!
Will that hit?
Red Dragon!
6. Okay, that works. Decent, well, actually,
Round
pretty good
3.
amount of health.
Fight!
Hit! Thank goodness. Okay, get away from me, fool. So about half meter there.
Block this! Block this!
So we're just gonna have to basically cheese him to death, I think.
Block this!
And it's not so much that his movesets is so horrible, which it's really, it is horrifying, don't get me wrong.
Rain of fire!
So, there we go. Okay. It's all those fish.
Jaina
Oh my gosh, all
wins.
those fish. That's just terrifying.
Make a gold power-up.
Okay, so your special attacks are 20% faster, that's good. Armored kick, nice. Extra damage, nice. And cancel the specials, good. But throw champ, I like, but when I'm playing the CPU, I notice I get Yomi countered a lot. So we're gonna go with quick specials. It's probably the best
Use your
option
power.
for me. Short projectile, don't think that's gonna work. Long jumper is probably the best looking one because I don't think the walk speed's gonna help me as much in this case. If I was using a rushdown character, maybe.
Unshakable.
Oh no. Rook is a pyro. This is not going to be fun. So it's basically someone I'm utterly afraid to be on the ground with, and now there's a reason for me to not want to be on the air against him.
Block this! Block this!
And you can see as a specialist, he actually...
Block this! Burn! Burn! Rain of fire!
He's sending up a fair bit of fire himself now.
Block this!
Two.
Burn! Burn!
Landslide.
And my least favorite thing, please get his foot. There we go.
Red dragon!
But he still has so much health.
Block this!
So
Block this! Careful!
I think what helps this not be as cheesy as it should be is the simple fact that he goodness,
Block this!
it's only 1 damage per
Round two.
with that thing.
Fight.
But he's still... Rook is just horrifying. If I see someone playing Rook, I'll tell you what, I am not looking forward to the match. The grapplers in this game are very good and very scary.
Careful!
So
Careful!
that's gonna... Ooh.
Red dragon!
I don't know what the computer was thinking. I don't mind. So...
Block this! Block this! Block this!
Okay. Cheese. Total cheese. I've been really lucky
Jaina wins.
in terms of the power-ups I've gotten. And that's really one thing you do want to look at is kind of what are you hoping for. Increased walk speed, short projectile, cross-fire kick attack. I do not know what that is. So the... Who's left? Great.
You wanna fight?
Mirror match. And a dragon trader. It's
Round
not
one.
promising. Look at all that health.
Block this! Block this!
But what's hard here is the simple fact that I cannot take the air nearly as often as much as I'd like to.
Block this!
Because, well, as you see, the air is well populated.
Rain of fire!
So we're gonna have to keep her word down.
Block this! Burn! Burn! Block this!
Eat this. No, I ate it. Go away.
Burn! 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 Rain of fire!
This is not gonna work out for me.
Dragon heart! Burn! Dragon heart!
Ouch. Please skip that. Oh my gosh.
Burn! Block this! Burn! Careful! Block this! Block this! Burn! Rain of fire!
Please hit something.
Careful! Burn! Burn! Yeah!
I was really worried about that not being safe, and maybe it's not, and the computer just didn't
Fight.
punish me for it. Oh no!
Red dragon!
Come on. Boom. Okay, that's about a third for health. Okay, so that's not as good as the SNK roll, but I'll take it. And that was hilarious.
Block this! Rain of fire! Burn!
Oh, that was terrible.
Dragon Heart! Block this! Block this! Burn! Careful! Block this! Burn!
Battle hits. That should do good. Do I get an extra hit? Okay.
Burn! Rain of fire! Dragon Heart! Careful! Rain of fire! Burn! Burn! Careful! Burn! Burn! Rain of fire!
That's gonna nail me. Oh, rough. Okay,
Round 3.
this is
Fight!
Burn! Rain of fire! Dragon Heart! Burn! Dragon Heart! Dragon Heart!
not doing so well here.
Block this!
These hits. Okay, that'll be 6 hits, 7 hits, 8 damage.
Block this! Careful! Block this! Block this! Rain of fire! Block this!
Also fun combo.
Block this! Burn! Block this! Burn!
That's good. Use the unblockable thing I always use on her and get nailed myself by
Rain
it.
of fire!
Oh, rough. So,
Jaina wins.
didn't quite hear. I'm assuming I got guard crushed. Still, that's a pretty good run for this time. So that is sort of brutal. And Geiger would have been last. That's tough. So let's just go ahead and do the arcade. I am not a good player. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not that great. We're gonna go with arcade grave. Because and that's really one of the things I like about
That's
this
your
game
father,
is
He was an honorable man.
it's aimed at
a legendary
a
warrior.
large spread of fighting game fans, whether
I'll be worthy of him.
you're new
someday.
or
I'll train
if you're
and train
experienced or if
when
you're over the hill
others
like
lack
I
the
am.
willpower to continue.
So as you can see right now
My
that
skills
Grave
improve
is
every day.
sort of the Ryu, that classical I'm going to improve myself, very
I've
shonen
taken all
character.
challengers, but I can no longer
So-
find competition at my level. At least not locally.
Fortunately, it doesn't seem
I
like
need better competition
there's any
than
oblique
this
references
keep
to
improving.
other fighting game characters here. That would have been nice. So Satsuki, she's got actually a really nice stage, and doesn't quite remind me of Ibuki's character stage
Round 1.
from
Fight!
Third Strike, but that's still good.
Starlight! Combo!
Okay.
KO!
Okay.
Round 2. Fight!
Projectile. Oh dear. Yeah.
Starlight! Combo!
Nice.
KO!
Okay, not
Round
bad.
3.
So, now Satsuki and Grave are similar in one regard in that they both have counterattacks, which aggravate me. So, that'll lift.
Starlight! Starlight! Too fast for ya!
Nice.
KO.
So throwing sort of a
Round
feel.
4.
If you're used to Virtual Fighter Third Strike, I think you know what I mean. But the trick of that is I don't always know, at least in regards to the CPU, how that should feel. Oof. So, not really, I don't think that even
Round
comboed,
5.
so.
Fight.
Starlight, hit!
Too soon.
Esper dash!
KO.
So. Yeah, that could have been a lot better.
Brave
Could have been a lot
wins.
worse. Next up, Argagarg. If you hate Dhalsim, you'll hate him. If you love Dhalsim, you might like him.
Will patience
So
prevail?
it seems like him and Midori too are
Round
apparently, I guess,
one.
like the old timers in the
Fight.
setting. Those darn fish. So
Perfect. Round
it might
2.
seem a little weird that I'm
Fight.
trying to keep him away, but simply because, you know, Argagarg wants to be far away as well. But my reasoning being is it helps me use the ooh, what's that? I want to make use of that projectile. There we go. A little constant pressure there. Since the wind
Round 3.
enhances his other specials, I want to be able to make use of that. Don't care if the blue fish necessarily hits me, it's the purple one I worry about. That's the one that's poisoned. Okay, not bad.
Round 4. Fight.
So, using his hurricane spin in the air like that is kind of reminiscent of, well, obviously Ken and Ryu in the hurricane kick, but also characters like Hanzo and Fuma from World Heroes. But in that case, it's actually, for me at least, it's more of a throwback to Samurai Showdown and 1 and 2 with Ukyo. My friend
Round
Ted
1.
used to use him
Fight.
to an amazing effect, and he was in that game a character I was just like, wow. And that armor just paid off for Rook.
Landslide.
Yes.
KO.
Okay, so Graves a different sort of zoner than Jaina is, so I feel a little unsure entirely how I want to deal with him.
Landslide.
So I mean, obviously I want to play a keep away game just because, again, when you get a zoner going against a
Landslide.
grappler, it can be a little rough.
KO.
So we're trying to figure this one out. I'm going more off of how I feel.
Fight.
I'm going to say straight out, I don't have a real game plan in this case.
Earthquake.
And while that's sort of okay for what I'm doing, if you want to be competitive, having no game plan is a great way to lose. Well, that hits. Nope. Oh, that was ugly.
Windmill crusher. KO.
So, this is the trick with a rook. The throws that can be jumped, you cannot Yomi counter. The ones you can Yomi counter can't really be jumped. In fact, your jumping has a little opportunity for them to actually do something. Which, of course, sucks. So that will get him.
KO.
I haven't quite figured out how that works. Obviously when we're close, but when it's
Brave wins.
jumping in, it's like, where do you have to be exactly? What part of the hit? But hey, you know, Shincho you can. I'll live with it. So Valerie. Oh boy, this will be fun. Manic Painter.
I have an idea.
And one thing I will give the story mode,
Round one.
arcade mode rather, is I really do like the format where it's very quick. Cross up, beautiful. That's stuff I should be doing more of, actually.
Fight.
Rainbow Disc.
Well, that hits.
Rainbow. Magenta. Rainbow.
Please hit. Nope.
KO.
The frequent
Round
resettings
three.
are kind of nice,
Fight.
in an odd sort of way. Oh, that throw first.
Rainbow. Rainbow.
KO.
So, because you're not stuck in it for terribly long. Mentally, I think it's still stressful to lose, but you're not stuck like you would be normally.
Perfect.
Now, obviously, you can see this is I'm not doing very well at the
Fight.
moment,
Rainbow Disc.
which is sort of counterintuitive considering she's one of my favorite characters. But it's probably what I need to be doing more of right now is. Well, that hits. Yes. I am not doing enough countering. Part of it that does have to be premeditated with Grave. It really does. And that's what I should be doing is. I am not sure what the computer was thinking there, but I'm not going to complain. Last match of this one.
Fight.
I mean, you have to use that invulnerability, otherwise you will get nailed. That's just how he is. And some of her moves have a like that right there. It's got that odd delay between actually hitting and not,
Brave wins.
which I think it tends to get me in more trouble than anything else. Okay, so it's DeGray. I thought I would like him better. It's like you look at some of his moves, like, oh wow, Terry Bogard, but that's not actually the case. He is a counter character, which normally suits me.
Round one. Fight.
Don't think I quite have my head wrapped around him yet. And that's one trick is he doesn't actually have to stick around.
Wind summon.
KO.
I got very lucky there. Won't lie.
Round 2.
I have no idea what the
Fight.
ghost's name is. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Final Arbiter. Justice kick.
There's another character with a counter.
KO.
And I believe his is actually a
Round 3.
round one.
Fight.
1, 2, 1, 2. Assist.
Okay, so weak.
Assist.
Nice. Yep, there we go.
KO.
I had been wondering,
Round
you know, if
4.
there were high-level players like, you know, Alex Valle or Justin Wong or Daigo playing this, you know, what would their games look like? Kind of the reason I'm wondering that is,
Justice kicks.
like, all the excuses some people might say, like, you know, why they're
Final Arbiter.
not necessarily good or whatever, kind of go out the window.
1, 2.
Well, not quite out the window, but, you know, it's like
Assist.
the execution, like, oh, I can never do that, the execution barrier.
Assist.
I mean, you gotta practice that for a million years before you can do it.
Arbiter.
Nice. That'll hit. Okay. So it comes down to the... So execution is still a factor, but not the same way it would be
Brave
with
wins.
a more traditional fighting game. So it comes all down to the actual, you know, what are you trying to do? Can you manipulate the opponents? Can you read the opponent? Stuff like that. So I really wonder what it would look like. Now, that's it. I don't know if they would actually play this. There's every likelihood that this game just would not hold their interest.
Fight.
Amazing as it is, just because those guys are so next level and amazing. It's kind of like the same way that there's a lot of older games that wouldn't necessarily appeal to me at this point, even if they were good, just because
Perfect.
they're
Round
simple
2.
and there's a lot less tools here. Now that said, you know, if they are players, they might enjoy it casually. That's gonna block. Okay. He's got that.
Wind summon.
I want you to go away, friends. Ooh, nice. Didn't know you could do that in the air.
Round
So,
3.
yeah, maybe if there was a sufficiently large money tournament behind it, perhaps. But it might just be a distraction for games they'd rather play.
Wind summon. Cancel time.
Chiropractic. I saw you with that. Okay.
KO.
Okay, let's
Round
go.
4. Fight.
Well, I hit. Yes. 2 hits, or 2 points of damage in.
Wind summon.
I can deal with that. Oh, gosh. Started the spin too late.
Fight.
That was obnoxious. Miss. Okay. Not bad.
Round 6. Fight!
Interesting that was a cross-up. Please hit. Nope.
Talon Sword! Human form! KO!
Nice. Okay.
Round 7. Fight!
Wind summon!
Dragon form!
Please hit. Not great, but that'll work.
Summon!
Dragon Buster!
Stupid armor. Ah!
KO!
Nice. Okay.
Midori wins.
Well, we've come this far. Let's try again.
Round 1. Fight! KO!
Oh, should have tried for a 3-hit there, but
Round
it's alright.
2. Fight!
Wind summon!
Dragon form! KO! Round 3. Fight!
Wind summon!
Human form! KO!
Oh. Okay, let's go on, Midori. Us.
Dragon form!
Nope, that's gonna whiff. Oh no. Okay.
KO! Perfect!
Fortunately, he still has almost full meter there, so we have to put up with his shenanigans for a bit longer. Trade hits. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about that.
KO!
Doing a little bit better when I'm actually getting some damage in.
Brave wins.
Okay. And this is the ending.
Congratulations, Grave. You were the best fighter today. But technically, you represent the Flagstone area. You're a celebrity now. Your word has power. I think it's important that you publicly renounce Flagstone's government and Chancellor Quinn's.
I'm not interested in politics, just in increasing my own skills.
But Flagstone has ruined Argagark's Mirkwood Marsh and Trock's Golden Plains. It persecutes fine souls like Valerie just for their sexuality. And that's just the start.
You should solve those problems without me. I have more training to do.
You don't have that luxury. Like it or not, as a champion, your name will be heard far and wide, and you have the power to help the oppressed. To turn your back on them in order to train more is the height of selfishness.
But I don't even know about these issues.
Is your ignorance morally justified when the information is now readily available to you?
I will hear what you have to say. Educate me.
And sort of a critique, I guess, of the typical Ryu ending. Like he wins all these fights, and what does he do with it? Although, admittedly, in the comics, he's probably saving the world and stuff. But, you know. Okay, so that is probably going to do it for tonight. We had a little more going on earlier on, then the stream crashed, so with that, I'm going to say, hope you all have a wonderful evening, or day, or whatever it is. Let me know more about what you want to see, and thanks for tuning in to a Shameless Mayhem. Have a good night, folks.